Hello, beautiful souls around the world, dear friends. How are you doing in these quite rapid times of change? Today I wanted to come on to just share a little bit regarding the process, which is kind of collectively undergoing, because there's usually a certain over topic, we could say so. And I would say that many, at least what I'm perceiving and with those I spoke with, are very much feeling in these days a bit more vulnerable. So what is happening and why are we feeling a little bit more sensitive, vulnerable? Because it is indeed that so much more light is coming now, or is anchoring or anchored already through these past weeks into our earthly realm, into our atmosphere, into our bodies, into our mind, heart, all the body systems. And it's truly awakening within us the basically next phase of receiving and to be able to hold even more light within our bodies. But what does it do? It does that it's dismantling the system which was holding our previous version of understanding together. And this, of course, mainly who are watching now, who will watch later, understand it is actually our ego who decides, who discerns what to believe in. But if this ego self being conditioned for so long through culture, through society, through our own upcoming family upcoming, then of course it will be affected in the belief system, what is right, what isn't, what is your truth, how to decide, how to feel, how to think, how to live. And this is now a condition which is now basically day by day, hour by hour being dismantled. And imagine it was like a coat, a structure, a foundation which held this, another insect, which held this reality in which we believed together. So if we believed till now, because we've been told that only if you live in a certain way or you can show what you achieved, then you are basically successful, or then you are in a way having a certain let's say standard in that circle we are living in that culture, in this society. But this is, of course, as we understand with our heart, more and more dismantling this illusion, because, of course, that's not our essential truth. And as this is dismantling, yes, so this is actually now kind of falling off from us, this kind of layers, and not just falling off, the light being shed on it. And that's why we can suddenly see all of these behaviors, all of these beliefs we had, even about self, that we might even fall into a kind of, through awakening, through understanding what we were carrying, in what we've been believing for so long, it might affect us in our emotional state, in our security. We thought that we had this stable reality we believed in. And even if this stable reality was, for example, that I'm now having a position in society, and this is giving me then a kind of safe space to live, to continue growing, and then suddenly this will, or this is being now shaked through the understanding that this is not who we truly are, then of course it will bring a sense of not just loss, but a sense of feeling suddenly insecure, unstable, maybe even sad, depressive, and you don't understand what is actually happening with you, yes? And what is happening is that what being these overlayers, this kind of cloth around you, that cloak, who gave you the understanding who you are from a ego perspective, from a even material perspective, that this been now transmuted, this is falling off, this is being highlighted, and this of course will then give you almost a sense that you can't hold on to anything anymore. And this will threaten the ego. It will threaten the ego in such a way that the ego will feel that it's kind of not just disappointing, but not fulfilling its role. And the role might be that you had to deliver certain things, or the way you've been, everyone been expecting you, how you had to be, how you till now shown in the world, yeah, that other actually perceived you in that way. And now this is changing. So it's changing, and then of course we can feel then in a way vulnerable, because it's almost this cloth, this cloak becoming transparent or being taken off, yes? But why? To recognize that what been told, what been conditioned, what been expected is not who we are. Just take this in for a moment. So what been expected, what been conditioned, what been told to us who we are and how to be and so on, this is what we are now discovering. And then you might suddenly feel that you're falling into a void, because if this been taken away or highlighted, that it's actually not your essential truth, not who you truly are, it might really bring up a frustration, a fear, an anger, because suddenly you might not know for some moments, so who am I then if I'm not that, I don't know, successful person, that big name, or that funny neighbor, or incredible positive friend, or whatever it was, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to let go all of it, but it will shake the reality in the foundation, that we learn that this vulnerability is a big part of our ascension path, because we can't, conscious, neither of course subconscious, live in that way on with this high consciousness light in which we are basically all of us collectively bathing in now, because it's just like a mismatch of frequencies. So it will trigger you more and more and more till the ego will surrender and allow to give space that I accept, or I give the possibility that I'm actually more, or someone else, or something else which I thought that I was, or maybe which I thought I have to fight for and hold on to, maybe some religion, maybe some culture, maybe some being so devoted to your family lineage, and that you thought to honor them, that you just continue being as them or living as them because it was their truth. But all of us will and are already asked to dive now deeper. And to dive deeper isn't always easy, because it will really challenge us with becoming completely honest to ourselves. And honest means as well to find within us what we feel is our truth. And even if we never lived it, never before, because we lived a certain way or a certain concept of the family, of expectations and so on, but our feeling of the heart can't be blinded, can't be pushed away, because even if we are trying and forcing and still keeping to hold up a certain version which we already feel maybe it wasn't completely the honest me, but just how I was raised, how everyone expected me to be. And this can be now a little bit tricky in this awakening, because at the same time the ego will think, are you giving up? Are you becoming weak through your feelings? You have to stay strong. And this is now something very, very important to understand. We are becoming strong, but in a real sense, not in a, I apologize, in a fake sense. Because this fake was this illusion that my outer status, my doing, to fulfill expectations, to fulfill the honorful lineage of my family and my grandfather and so on, kept me to stay in this resilience and to stay in this even resistance towards giving into maybe feelings, into what you truly feel, or even into this divine flow of change. So it is a challenge to actually not give up, but give in, and to show our vulnerable side to the self and then to others surely isn't something easy, because we've been all in a way wounded on that path, wounded through others which we maybe believed them, or things then didn't work out, and our own disappointment and all sorts of things. But does this really orchestrates our future, where we are heading, or what is still there as a potential to be explored? And this is also important to understand. There is no true failure. It's only a growth. And sometimes even we think, oh my God, how could I choose that and be like that and follow that kind of way? Just know that we can usually just act, decide from a kind of range of understanding where our consciousness is. And if it just wasn't that awoke yet, then of course you couldn't really choose so much. And this shall be also an input for you to understand there's nothing to be judged around yourself, around your path. But you can, any moment, really choose new, choose different. So it's not about fixing the past, because we're really kind of unable not just to do it, but we can be really entangled in it because we can't forget how it was in that past. And it's taking away so much from this beautiful new potential which is just ahead of, in front of us. Yes? So this means to be vulnerable is a very, very courageous, strong act. because many still can't. And if you can, first with yourself, whatever you're finding, any kind of behavior and belief system, that you in that moment meet it with love and compassion. Because without that love to self, there is no one else who will basically give you that hand to face that. That's something we all have to do now, all of us, alone, but alone in the way that to not fear to meet the self, to not fear to become vulnerable, because that's as well the process on this planet now. That is losing that ground doesn't mean that we are not anymore grounded or something like that. No, but it's actually this water rising, this liquid, the love of this planet rising, of Gaia. And that's why it feels almost a little bit bubbly or a little bit unstable or a little bit that you don't almost know now, where am I? Where I'm heading, I don't know. And it's okay. It's okay, because this is the first step. The first step is to meet the self honestly. And that you then know that nothing can happen to you when you do so. So it's not this weak state which were programmed into our society, especially for the men. If they would show vulnerability, that this means that they are not the man, or that they are not fulfilling their role, and that they are actually weak. Yes? And this is really a intense imprint. And I'm compassionate to the men who are right now, to the masculine energy who is right now on this planet transmuting this illusionary imprint. And another one which is also rising is that you feel, am I able to do something? Why can't I move forward? Why can't I even plan something? Why can't I even do my projects till the end, etc.? That's another imprint I can share here with you, because we didn't, or most of us didn't receive the acknowledgement, the support from our parents, from our father, from our mother. And because we didn't, we also didn't, or we've been not taught how to find it within. Our own support, our own acknowledgement, our own acceptance, our own belief. And because they didn't believe in us, and actually maybe even belittled us or planted doubts within us, that all of this is still in many of you, of us, in the systems. And believing this false truth, that because you've been not believed into, so nobody believed what you're able, who you are, that then you thought, okay, I'm not able to do so. And now it's time to really find this belief in yourself. Because with the awakening, we are transmuting the ideas of our ancestors, of our parents, of the culture, of all of that. Because all of that wasn't really who we truly been, as this complete divine source, working, vibrating through our human vessel. So whoever told you that you're not really able to do something, that nobody believes in you, and that you almost have maybe even subconscious, not aware, that urge, that always the need that the outer shall show you this acknowledgement, yes? Like, oh, you're great. Oh, your work is amazing. Oh, you look amazing. Oh, you did something great. All of this, when someone is not doing that, and we didn't get it at home, yes, when we've been raised by our parents, that we will understand and learn and discover that we don't need to fill that gap from this outer. Because when then nobody is there to tell us that we are amazing, that we did a great job, that we are wonderful, that we will come to our goals, etc. What does it do is that then our ego, when we are not getting it, is truly then basically also crumbling and falling on the knee and feeling unsuccessful and feeling not worthy and feeling they can't achieve or it can't achieve anything. So it's very tricky when we didn't get it at home as our first essential tool on our path, and then we are not maybe receiving it on our path when we are adults. It's very tricky, because then you're leaning on the outer so much that you even never considered that, hey, what if I start to believe in myself? That I don't need anyone to believe in myself. That I came here as this living, pulsating source flowing through this human vessel. And if I am then really this divine flow, come on, do I really need still this feedback, acknowledgement to fill that gap, which I actually create in a way through my upcoming, through my home, through my path, but that I'm now enough mature, awake, and I understand that I can choose new. So if I believe till now that was my truth, that if nobody tells me that I'm great, that I was then devastated and I had no inner willpower to still do it for myself, right? Then of course it's now time to do so. And this means that we can now easily change these patterns. And easily doesn't mean that it's over the night, but easily means in a moment you can decide that I believe in myself. I know who I am. I know I can do anything and everything I want, and I will achieve it. And therefore I don't need outer sources to support that. But when I'm gonna believe in myself and really go for what I wish, what my heart wants, not what the society expectations are, or fulfilling others, whatever, even obligations, etc., culture, to honor, family structure, that then when I vibrate within myself, that I believe completely in myself, that I'm able, I'm capable to create anything, that's the moment when we are attracting then even everything and everyone around us to support that. Then we're gonna even, without looking for it, receive those feedbacks, receive support, receive acknowledgement and all of that. But it has to start within us. It has to really start within us, because we can't shift just a notch higher in our consciousness state and still not even believing in self, needing others to feed that ego which thought, okay, through my work, through my things, I am someone, and if not, then I'm nobody, or something like that, right? So we really need to start to fall into a so much more healthy relationship with ourselves. Because imagine that suddenly, and it's just an example, the world, everything is breaking, everyone is running somewhere around or gone, and it's just you. What then? Then we are hitting rock bottom, which is amazing, because then finally again we will remember that it's time to believe in ourselves, that it's time to believe whatever I'm creating, that I'm capable. There is no real challenges and obstacles. These are only the tests how much we believe in our own self, but in the self, in a greater sense, self, the divinity we are. So this means every time a challenge comes, the human self, so this ego, will still perceive it, oh my God, challenge. I want so much, I don't know how to achieve it, and everything is terrible. But it's time, beautiful souls, it's so time to really start to live in this higher consciousness. Even we are in the human body still, but it's higher consciousness, it's here. It's surrounding all of us. It's vibrating through all of us. And I'm here just today with this as a reminder that no matter how you feel vulnerable right now, exposed even, overwhelmed with feelings you might even never felt before, because we were so busy holding up structures of particular realities, how I have to be, because everybody knows me like that, and that's why I can't show myself in a different way, because then I will disappoint everyone and I will be not anymore successful or whatever. We can't hold this up anymore. So if you feel very sensitive, just allow yourself really to flow with this sensibility, because there's nothing to be hide anymore, because in one or the other way it's coming to the surface, and that's not a threat, it's actually something beautiful. So we can then much more meet real in between all of us, without those masks of I'm being strong, I'm being successful, I have a status, I have this, I have that, but just meet raw, meet as beautiful beings on this planet Gaia. And this is what is truly happening right now all over the world, because the love is helping in this process. The water which is the love of Gaia, of this planet, which is the universal language, the love flowing through all of our structures in our bodies to soften us, to soften this really hard-built, rigid structures which almost in a way strangled us in our own, in our own cage basically. We all are thriving for really this freedom of expansion, and that we can freely show everyone who we are, raw, with scars, with hard experience, with sad experience, with wrinkles, with anything what is happening, yes, with anything, because we all have stories, and the stories brought us so far, and we all went through the stories, and we're still here. So bravo, amazing. And today, if you forgot, I'm telling you, I believe in you. So start again to believe. into yourself. You're enormously capable of anything. And stop looking for these 3D outcomes or ways how to solve problems. But it's really about surrender into your higher consciousness. There, all the answers, all solutions are basically almost flowing into your heart and then into your mind. To start to listen to your bigger self. From there, we're gonna change. From there, we're gonna find all what is needed to move forward into our beautiful paradise, into our amazing dreams. We all have these beautiful dreams of oneness, to share love together, to meet us all, to travel, to do so many beautiful creative things, to dance, to laugh. So may this really motivate you, this consciousness stream, to remind you that you're not the imprint of your upcoming from your parents. You're not the cultural shaped form of expectation from others. You're really becoming seen of who you've always been under all of these structures. And we been so beautiful, and we are. Okay? Good. So this stream from vulnerability, and also as an energetic update of this ascension path, I would bring it here to a closure, but as well I want to bring through a beautiful transmission. And for those who will watch first time, transmission is actually that as a multi-dimensional channel I am able to just through my body, through my voice, bring through light language, the language of oneness, of love. Everyone and everything, your whole body understands it, your whole heart. And then actually through bringing through these codes, this light language, it is through feeling it, you're receiving it, and it will support you and more strengthening this topic of self-realization, that you can anchor within yourself, that you can become more stable within yourself, and that it's not anymore the job of the ego to do so from the outside, but from the inside. Okay? Right. So let me then just bring in. So if you want to receive, just breathe a few moments. You can also place your hand onto your heart or close your eyes while I'm just gonna bring in. Yes, I knew it. It's gonna be love quotes from beloved Mother Gaia, and as well feeling as well clarity, diamond quotes. Yes, from Archangel Gabriel, and we'll see if something else comes through. Right, so let's start the transmission. And you don't need to do anything, you just breathe and receive. Shak aro sontoruila lahretine tokwa laya taraka ko ratanaki siura laya kanata shkwataratia santa ea shawa laharaya tanakito sunarato koshi aktara toroe nekt ishitiritikanaha. Open your heart. Charataratea shanaharata. You're so safe within. Hala lakruaratanahia. And show your beauty to this world. Tiana naro kora takta ashatanai tanakarata e toruraranta e akor kushuna tanakia shanahalakratanaki. Tia tara tara kora tanta eti koro no torata kena shikina or kushura nakiata and Gaia is holding you preciously. Lacharata, Sainatara, understand your body is Gaia, so your body is holding you in this world safely. Ushuruna, Lacharatoro, Santa Eka Nia, Torokwana Tarakia Shata Inoraria Tarakia Tarakoko. Yashanakia Tarakoshorata, and bringing in the diamond codes, clarity, Shahwarata, and they're showing me particularly around your mind, yes, around the mind, all of these clouds of self-doubt, Shia na na na, yeah, because you believe so much the outer chatters, yeah, family, culture, all others, but just not self. Uana, shawana na 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 kara. Coming in like a crystal shower through your DNA as well. Chakra system, aura field, Santa Rika Yara Hoya Si Yari Kara Kori Kara Sai Hara Kuara Tiko Yari Hani Tahora Tahora This was the angelic, and beautiful, beautiful, embracing us with their beautiful light. To remember that this journey can be as well very soft and as well very, very safe. We are so held, we are so loved by so many, and may all of this truly serve particularly your heart and your mind in these times of change. So thank you all, and yes, believe in yourself. You are really capable anything. Much love from my heart to yours.